Caitlin Clark is not the greatest ever. Caitlin Clark just broke the NCAA women's scoring record, but she's still not a top 10 player of all time.
Will Caitlin Clark come into the WNBA and do what she's doing right now? Immediately? Absolutely not. Not gonna happen.
Hey, what's up? I'm your girl, Alex Poole, and you already know this is Point of View. As always, we love your interactions in reading comments like this, and stay tuned to see if you know the answer to today's trivia question. Do you think you know it? We'll see. Was Shaq out of pocket when he said Caitlin Clark is the greatest women's college player of all time after CC broke the Division I all-time scoring record in the NCAA? The Big Diesel stated, "I'm going to go on record and say she's the best collegiate player ever." Shaq continues, "I said what I said, ever. I said what I said. Listen, this is my opinion, and I'm not changing it," in quote. All right. Spicy words coming from a former first overall pick and NBA MVP. Now, don't get me wrong, Caitlin Clark is perhaps the best all-around scorer in women's game, but is she really the best player of all time? Stay tuned to the end, and I'll reveal my choice for the best of all time. Now, let's get into this tea, shall we? While Caitlin Clark is Division I's all-time leading scorer, she is not the leading scorer in all of women's college basketball. That honor goes to no other than Frances Marian's Pearl Moore. Moore was a prolific scorer in her time and averaged over 30 points a game in each of her 4 seasons, and she amassed 4,061 points in 127 games. That's 2 less than Caitlin Clark has currently played, and in fact, in order for Caitlin to catch her, she will have to average around 38 points a game in her final 11 games, provided Iowa makes another deep turning run. Now, I know, Division I and Division II are not the same. And Clark isn't just a scorer, she's a top passer and has led the women's game in assists in 3 straight seasons. But she is not the first. Laterka Doblin also accomplished this feat. In her first 3 seasons, she averaged more assists per game than Clark. In fact, in the previous 10 seasons, there's only one other instance where someone led the NCAA with fewer assists than Clark. However, stats don't tell the entire story, because the best players often go to the best schools and form super teams, and their stats often become cannibalized. Take LSU, for example. This season, when Anissa Morrow and Haley Van teamed up with Angel Reese, Morrow went from averaging almost 26 points and 12 boards at DePaul to 16.8 points and 10 boards. And Haley's assists are up almost a whole percentage point, but her scoring numbers are down by over 7 points, or about 8 points roughly. Which leads me to my next point, hardware. Recently, Sheryl Swoopes came out and said incorrectly that it isn't fair that Caitlin Clark broke the scoring record in 5 seasons, whereas Kelsey Plum broke it in 4. Swoopes has since apologized for her error, but she has received a ton of criticism, like the people wearing the "Don't Be a Sheryl" t-shirts, Now, Sheryl Swoopes is another all-time great who, like Clark, was previously named the Naismith College Player of the Year. Now, if Clark wins the award again this season, she will pass Swoopes, but she will not be in a class of her own. In fact, 9 others have won the award, with Cheryl Miller and Breanna Stewart winning it in a precedented 3 times each. So, how can Clark be considered the greatest ever when she was only chosen as the best in 2 of her 4 seasons, while others have not only matched this feat, but have surpassed it? Now, I'm not saying Caitlin is bad and that she doesn't deserve her flowers, because she obviously does. But to say that she's the greatest of all time because she can shoot from far away is just plain disrespectful to the greats that came before her and paved the way to allow her to do this, okay? The girl be balling, but okay. But before I reveal my greatest player of all time, I want to wish Caitlin Clark good luck. She said that she is going to go to the WNBA draft, and I wish her the best of luck. Good luck, girl. Okay. And simply, my greatest is Cheryl Miller. Okay. There's no doubt about it. It's Cheryl Miller all day. Cheryl Miller by herself in high school scored 105 points. Okay. And when her brother is considered the fourth greatest of all time when it comes to 3 points in the NBA, and he credited her to how he plays, there's no doubt about it. While Caitlin Clark is taking the college game by storm, the New York Knicks is putting the association on notice. Check out our previous POV on them. And now the moment you have been waiting for, here is the answer to today's trivia question. Now, as always, I'm Alex.